am going to try my best to describe to you this insight I just received in a download, basically. If Spirit wants to pop in and channel, I'm just going to be open to that at this point. But I'm going to share with you what I just saw, heard, and can comprehend of that. So I got a glimpse of what our higher self looks like. And it is dynamic, it's perfect, it's pure, it's energetically aligned with source energy. There's no flaw within it, okay? So our higher self is our oversoul. And these are probably words that you guys have heard before. The oversoul is what projects itself down into the human experience to have a physical experience as a human. So how can we have part of ourself there and a part of ourself here? So these are what like the scriptures are talking about all the time, or like at least in the Bible. This is, I know it's in that, where I believe it was Jesus that said this, that the energy is as above, so below. So the energy of your higher self is projecting itself down into this physical experience. Now, why we're in this physical experience, the energy changes because it shifts into a lower frequency, and that frequency becomes our soul, in which we embody in this physical element, this meat suit that we're wearing as a human. But this energy is denser than our higher self, so it puts a barrier in between us and our higher self, us and our spirit guides, us and the spirit team, us and loved ones. So there's this veil that is created between us where we don't have just straight access to who we are in our higher self. But as we ascend, we are gaining more ability to have that access, and that is because the energy field in which we have as a human is becoming clearer. And it's becoming clearer because we're doing the work to heal karma. We're doing the work to release emotions and energies and things that have polluted up our energy field, that have kept us from understanding who we are and who we are in our purest, highest form. Now, we can't fully comprehend that why we're human, but we're getting a glimpse of it because the veil is thinning, and the veil is our energy field. The veil is our healing. So that's why when you have an awakening, or you begin to go through an awakening, or life forces you into an awakening of some kind, the first thing that you want to do is correct something, and that's usually involving how you relate with other people. And our relationships are what push us towards healing. And so the relationship causes a pain, and then we don't like that pain because we feel separated in some kind, or we feel hurt in some kind. And that puts us on this journey of wanting to heal. And then if we're had a true awakening and when we're healing, we will actually start to want to heal, not just for relationships, but for ourselves, to understand who we are in our highest form, to get back in touch with our gifts, to get back in touch with our intuition, to understand ourselves on a spiritual level as a higher self. Now, that energetic field, the ether, I'm going to just use this as an example. Right around your body, you have an energy field. And this energy field is full of emotions, full of experiences, full of everything that you have brought into your human experience while you're here in this physical body. Now imagine if you have had past lives, how many energetic fields you've created in this dimension. And if you have not healed those in your past lives or parallel lives, or whatever that might be, that we'll just use past lives just because it's easier to understand. Imagine all that energy of your lower part of your soul that has been projected into the human experience then leaves the physical body. Some of it stays here to continue the pattern by passing, if you've had children or other people in your life, by passing on the pattern, because energy doesn't go away, it just transforms into something else. And so that energy remains the same until somebody changes it. So all these past lives have had this energy, and that energy has been recycling back into your higher self, and your higher self is now working to clear that out of itself because it's not its true self. And it's not that it's anything bad or negative is happening to the higher self. It's just the karmic energy that it projects back to the earth because it's not rejecting it, but it wants to purify it. And so it's sending it back to earth to repeat the pattern to try to clear it and heal it. And these are all the experiences our soul actually wanted to have, because this back and forth of like projecting itself and pulling itself back, projecting itself, pulling itself back, is just like what they're showing me in my head is like kneading dough, like the pushing it, you know, or pulling candy apart. Like they're showing me this different things about how something becomes stronger the more you pull and push on it. And so our higher self is expanding itself with this push and pull, basically, with lowering itself in this dimension, raising itself. Now, this is doing it in all kinds of dimensions at the same time. We just are not aware of it. So, this lifetime, as we're going through the awakening, as the earth is shifting, as volunteers have come to earth to help spread the light, that light is beginning to reflect into the ether of people, which is causing them to wake up, which is causing them to want to go on this journey of healing, which is clearing out the energy, the emotions, the lower vibrations, the grief, the sadness, the pain, the fear, the anger, the hate, all those things that we have been cycling through, the violence, all that. Clearing all that energy out from this lifetime beyond. So this is when you're doing healing work, you're not just helping yourself heal, you're helping generations, you're doing so much. And you will see this in my book when it comes out September 1st. My next book is coming out September 1st. It's called Parables for a New Earth, and it's for the help of humans' conscious awakening. So I just remembered I have information about this in that book. It's all channeled by the Wisdom Keepers, by the way. And so what is happening is we are able to ascend, and we are able to thin the veil between us and the spirit realm, because we're clearing out the ether, the emotional, energetic field of the human, which is when we clear ourselves, we pass that on to others, because everything's relational. We're all one energy. So what I do to you, you're doing to me, or I'm doing to myself. And so we're starting to see patterns. We're starting to see cycles. We're starting to understand ourselves beyond this comprehension here in this realm and in our emotional ether energy. And we are basically on our last cycle in this dimension to clear that out. If you are awakening, if you're doing the work, of course. Now, there's souls here that still want to hang out in 3D because they haven't had their full experience yet. But, Spirit's showing me a vision right now. Okay, so they're showing me different timelines on Earth and how parallel lives are happening at the same time, and all the parallel lives are connected, but some parallel lives are not as high as other ones right now. And when you shift in this life, you're shifting the other lives. So it's so weird, because I'm seeing different timelines. I'm seeing this timeline, us in like the 2000s. I'm seeing 1950s. I'm seeing the 200s. I'm seeing like thousands of years, and how each cycle had its own karma. Crazy. This is getting really long, so I might have to make a second video.